What's up, everybody? How's it going? You're back on the roundtable for Meme Coin Daily. If you look at the title up top, today we're here to talk about TROVE, what really happened, or at least what our panel can make of what's going on. Hi, it's me, Pulse Digital and Buzz, back on the roundtable, chopping up the news with you today. Long time no see. Good to have you here. Here's how spaces work. Request button in the bottom left is how you get a panel spot. If you're going to join the conversation, that's how you do it. Spots are limited, so please be patient. If you're not doing that, bottom right is the comment section. That's how you get our attention. You can tag us in your comments down there if you got things to add. That's where we're going to see it. And last will be pinned posts. You can keep your eyes up there as Buzz and I and some of the other speakers maybe find things that are relevant to the conversation that will appear up there. But if you're on the timeline enough to see what's been going on and you already know what the title's about, that's great. But we're going to do a little bit of a recap for everybody so they can catch up real quick. Buzz, how are you doing today, man? It's good to have you here.
I'm doing good. It's nice to see the first major rug of 2026. Hopefully that means that some greener pastures are coming for the altcoin market. This is kind of a funny one, Pulse.
Yeah, well, some people are getting some lessons because there's people here for the first time around and they jumped into this thing and we're very excited about it. Trove launched and is down almost 95% or give or take, depending on what the price is right now, from a $20 million launch down to a $1 million or wherever it is right about now. And the story basically is on the timeline for a number of reasons, not just the drop in price, but the association of a number of KOLs that were on the timeline who had accepted affiliate badges and spent a large portion of their time trying to, get people excited about a platform that was going to be, from what I understand, offering perpetual futures trading contracts that track the price of collectibles indexes, including things like Pokemon cards and equities on things like Nintendo stock. So I find that to be very interesting, just what they were offering in the first place. Buzz, was Trove on your radar before this happened, or is this a catch-up thing for you like it might be for a lot of people?
It was on my radar of building a perp dex for illiquid assets. It was definitely not on my radar of I need to jump into this ICO. I mean, there's been a new trend in ICOs, I'd say, over the last 6 to 8 months that I don't really like, and it's very, very different from past ICOs, and that's the fact that there are never clear rules with the ICOs. Like if you actually go on the Trove website and read their ICO, it basically says, hey, we're going to try to raise this much money, but if we don't, we could change the rules. And that was just never the case with ICOs back in the day. It was just like very simple. Hey, you're paying this price for the token. We're raising this much money. Put your ETH here. And it was very simple. And then now we've had these like financial gymnastics that where people have seen the returns that ICOs have performed in the past, and they just want to jump into anything. But these financial gymnastics have made it so that they're not all the same.
Certainly not. Drew was quick to get here and throw his hand up. Drew, I'm curious if you are already on this story or what your thoughts would be, because you were obviously very excited.
Yeah, GM friends. Yeah, I've been, I guess participant in a lot of scams over the years. But yeah, going back to the ICO days, what you said is exactly right, Buzz. I mean, this is just a new wrinkle on the same old scam. I mean, essentially, what they raised, they set a set amount, and they were able to raise it. Now it's more difficult with as much attention deficit in the whole industry to raise that amount, but they're still doing the same thing. In this case, it's a little quicker that they're saying they're not going to do what they said they're going to do. Back then, it just took a little bit longer, maybe 6 months before they said they're not going to do what they said they're going to do. Still the same old scam, it seems like.
Did you lose some bucks
like
on
for
this one,
people.
Drew?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Pulse.
I was just curious.
Nah.
Drew said he had been involved before. I was just wondering if you were personally affected on this one.
I was not. I don't. I've been personally affected a long time. I don't trade. I'm a riverboat gambler, so I had to get out of that trading swapping industry. You know what I mean?
For sure. Sorry, Buzz. Go ahead.
I was just gonna bring people up to speed in the audience. Like Trove said that their target raise was actually $2.5 million, and their ICO was hosted on their website. But you could keep participating even if they reach their raise target, which was that 2.5 mil. They could keep going. So they got $11.4 million in total commits, and they basically kept, I think it was about 95% of that money. They did a very small refund to some people that got in, and then the token, as soon as it launched, like basically went down 95%. So that raise was at a $20 million FDV, and last night the token was sitting around like a $1 million FDV, down 95%. And the team just kept I think the total was around $10 million that they kept, and just said, hey, we're going to build this illiquid perp dex. Originally, it was going to be built on top of Hyperliquid, and I think that's still the plan. But now it's like, yeah, we need this $10 million to build our own, not just on top of Hyperliquid. And people are rightfully pissed. But like when I go to the actual ICO webpage and I click on their disclaimer, it's hard to be surprised that number 5 on their disclaimer says, in the event of extreme oversubscription, the raise target may be increased and more supply may be issued to the ICO. So, I mean, they've disclaimered their way out of this, Paul says.
That's another reading comprehension L for the timeline. I was going to ask you about the fine print on that, because it's like, who's to say that they didn't just say that in the fine print? As you've outlined right there, sometimes reading the fine print would be good to do, because they just said, hey, if it goes to the moon or whatever, we're going to do what we want with it. Also, you said they're keeping it for development. I mean, was it expected that all of the money, 100% of that was just supposed to be plowed into the liquidity pool and nothing kept for anything? Was that what people thought was going to happen?
I mean, I don't think people actually, part of my language, they don't give a shit what happens with the money as long as their token goes up. Like if the token doesn't go up, they're like, oh, well, you should have done this. If the token does go up, regardless of what happened with the money, they're just like, oh, this is a great dev and a great team. And it doesn't matter what actually happened with the money, because the vast majority of people that probably participated in this were looking for like a 1 day or 1 week flip. So I think their expectation was that they would probably refund the majority of people that contributed to that $11.4 million in total commits, because that's a strategy with ICOs now. It's like you want to have millions and millions of dollars committed and then refund the vast majority of it and only keep what you actually need to build, because it builds the FOMO and people really wanting to buy the token. So if you put in, say, $10,000 of a commit, but you only got like $500 worth of allocation because so many people put in money to the ICO, you're probably more likely to maybe put in money on the TGE event and actually help the chart go up. Whereas if everybody gets exactly what they put into the ICO, and then maybe they weren't expecting to get all of that, like if you were committing when they already had $8 million, you want to get your money out as soon as possible because you may have overcommitted.
You're describing a fuck around and find out where they thought they were going to get their money back and they did not. Chris, were you affected or any of your loved ones in the Trove debacle here? Did you get caught in the ICO?
So they DM'd me like months before asking to get on board of like talking about it, and I just went under like all my other DMs. I honestly just didn't pay attention to it. But I don't want to glance over so no, I did not do the ICO, but I want to glance over the fact the concept itself was like actually cool. Like basically tapping into the like RWA like Pokemon market, tapping into CS:GO skins, like and being able to like do leverage with that. It's the most like degenerate thing ever, but like the concept is cool. Like who doesn't want to 5x leverage a PSA 9 Charizard 1999 first edition, you know? Or like the CS:GO skins or whatever. So like people were sold on this like pretty innovative, not innovative, but this concept, you know. And then with hype, it with you know they pivoted to Solana, but with the original placement on hype, I mean that's where all the degens were. That's where people were already 50x leverage trading Ethereum or whatever, you know. So everybody was basically excited about the next shiny thing on hype because hype is on everybody's radar that's in the space. And then they pivoted to Solana. So I kind of see how all the dots line up to build this trust. And I think one of the biggest differences between like this rug pull and other ones I've seen in the past is the amount of like what I would consider like quality KOLs that they had on board. Like normally you have a bunch of like the AI slop KOLs that have like hundreds of thousands of followers, but like nobody really knows who they are. But there was actually like people that like even I trust that was like posting about it, like excited about it or whatever. And they're getting paid, right? And you know, obviously this happened. So this was a little different in that aspect of like they got a lot of the people that I don't think had bad intentions. You know, they wanted that paycheck. Obviously, I don't. Obviously, I don't think they would have accepted it knowing the outcome. But yeah, it was very interesting who they were able to like pull in.
You're saying they were able to
Chris,
build.
would you mind naming a couple? Because I saw a few, and I was wondering who you saw.
Let me ask you this then, because I have a rabbit hole about that for you, Chris. You're saying they built a lot of trust for you, right? And you mentioned the Pokemon thing. I went down that rabbit hole too because they used a lot of Pokemon in their marketing leading up to this. You know, they have no deal with Nintendo or Pokemon whatsoever, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. And
None. Well, no, it's not fucking. It's not fucking crazy, Chris. It's illegal. They're using IP to market to you, and it's illegal. Crazy is a significant understatement in the eyes of the law. They're using Nintendo's IP, and they should not have been able to leverage the idea that they're putting a crystal Pikachu on their timeline to create that false sense of trust because you know people didn't look into it. They leverage that shit on people.
Yeah, one of my favorite tweets about this is the Trove Angel group chat has 67 people, and they raised a solid 8 figures in the ICO, and not a single investor knows who's behind the project. Like it's honestly insane looking back, and like you said, a little bit of due diligence would have gone a long way. Yeah, I mean, I personally feel like I dodged a bullet that like I was busy and didn't pay attention to it. I don't think I would have participated in ICO, but I would have been following the actual concept. I mean, you're right. Like, you know, they're using like this big IP, these big partnerships, right? They had a partnership with Kalshi. And oh yeah, that was the other point I wanted to make was in Web3, a lot of times trust by association goes a long way. There's a better word for it. But basically, like if these products start partnering with platforms that you trust and that you like, then it does kind of inherently gain most people's trust. Maybe not yours. Maybe you go further with due diligence, but a lot of people are saying, well, I know that guy or I know that company or I use that product. So if they're affiliated with them, then they must be legit. And that's kind of also what happened. It wasn't even just the KOLs. I mean, I don't know their extent of partnership with Kalshi. I know they had Kalshi in their branding and their marketing, and Kalshi supported it, as well as like some other big projects and platforms. And my timeline's flooded today with platforms they reached out to that didn't partner with them. Like, you know, they reached out to them saying, oh, well, you know, we're partnered with Kalshi, so if you want to come on board or whatever. So they really built that trust around the strong part of CT that usually doesn't fall for this type of stuff. They built up the trust, and yeah, they this is a heck of a rug pull. We'll just keep the $9.5 million, guys, and appreciate that.
Chris, do you think that they got those? I'll call them tier one KOLs, even though I hate that term, but those like more trustworthy people on CT. Do you think they got them because the product was cool and innovative, and we haven't really seen anything like this, or was there something more trustworthy behind the scenes that maybe like actually caught their eye? Because I get, I don't know, 100 DMs a week about like shit coins that like want to get promoted and whatnot. Like, how did this one get through the cracks to the right people?
Yeah, I think it had the right partnerships early, like Kalshi, and then even it being launched on hype. I feel like there's this inherent trust on hype because like that's where all the DJs were, and everybody was wanting to do. And they did pivot to Solana, but that's where like
Bro,
every,
just
every,
they were partner of Poly Markets, not Kalshi. Yeah,
okay. I
yeah,
thought
yeah. Like
Kalshi
no,
tweeted about him.
no. Space is partner of Kalshi, but Trove was partner of Poly Markets. Yeah, all good though.
Yeah, sorry for the misrepresentation. I swear I
No,
thought it was Kalshi because I even saw ICO talking about
all
him.
good, bro. All good, bro.
But anyways, yeah, I think they just built that trust regardless early, and they also paid a pretty penny. I mean, I know apparently some guy was offered $25,000 a month to wear the badge, and I saw like 50 people wearing the badge. I don't know if that number was accurate or not. I know like the controversy with TJR yesterday, like an hour before or a couple hours before the ICO, he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm participating in this," and they saw that they sent him $45,000 on chain for that quote post. And even Zach XBT was like, "Yo, you just paid this, influencer undisclosed deal," and they're like, "Yeah, what about it? He likes gambling and Pokemon." They like doubled down on.
They sent it to TJR's gambling account, didn't they? They didn't even put it on chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
Oh
didn't
no, I
bother.
think like with that probably TGR just gave one of the random wallets, and then like they sent the 45K to that wallet, and TGR just blew in gambling. I know like he's gambling a lot because like I see his Twitter.
Another example though of one of these
Yeah.
trusted KOLs that got thrown on that pile that Chris is mentioning. It's a list of like 30 people.
Yeah. Okay. I have a few things to say about Trove because like I never got paid by them. I put my own money on them. Like I know about the project for a long time because like I'm a very huge collector of Pokemon cards, and I also I used to trade on CS:GO market when there are the schemes booming. Not right now, like right now it's a shit to trade schemes, but back in the day, like 2021, 22, and when I saw like what Trove was doing, I was really bullish about the project. I even like farmed some points. I did a good trading volume on their website and tested all. And when now they launched IKO, I personally invest my own money on their project, and I was super bullish and committed to the project. I even talked with a few of the team members about the project and give like my ideas. But I think like
I just lose audio.
sorry guys, yeah. So,
I always think that I get rugged. Oh, we can
no,
hear
no,
you now.
sorry guys. A friend of mine was talking to me. Okay, what I saying is like I didn't know what was all this shit about because like for me in the beginning the team seems pretty base. Like they are really good guys. Like they are super chill. One of the guys that I talked was like friendship. He's like super chill with me. He likes Pokemon too. We share a lot of thoughts about new collections, about Pokemon coming next month, a lot of things. And then like I think like they just start listening to a bunch of people. So there's a rumor saying that was Mitch that told them to change to Solana. I saw some leaks of some conversations in the group of the like they had an advisors, aka angel investor group. Like most of the people who had badge were not just like paid to chill. Some of them like they got like an seed round at like 5 million FDV and they had to put money there. So it's like people they were actually working for the project because like they were like super early investors and Mitch was one of them. So it's like this was like the advisor group and people there who know a lot about crypto CT and share their thoughts with them. So I saw some people saying that was Mitch advising them to change to Solana. I didn't get mad when they did it because like I trade on Solana. I think it has way more volume than any other chain. So yeah, why not? The thing is like what I think is like this team had a great project, but didn't think that the product will go that far away. You know, like they actually didn't believe that they will raise 11 million. That's why they only put like 2.5 million. They didn't believe in anything, and then they are clearly a noob team, like pretty new guys. They don't know how to do, and they just manage everything over stress, and yeah, they fucked up million times. Like I never thought that they didn't plan to wreck this. Like I'm sure like they didn't plan to wreck this.
Even after all that, Zelf, are you looking forward to actually still using the platform and voting with your governance tokens and whatever supply you got?
Nah, never, bro. Like I got through like 12.5K, but like I'm super mad at them. Like I'm trying to get the refunds and like talk to everyone I can, because like I have always been super chill to them. But like yeah, I genuinely don't believe they plan to wreck this shit. I did plan that they had like a bad
You mind if I
guidance, a
pick it
bad
up?
marketing, and like they fucked up. Like they don't know where to do anymore. Like they were super hyped about the IKO getting a lot of raise in the last minute, so they decide to open the IKO. Then they say, okay, this is stupid, let's close it. Then like they start losing a lot of support from people who lost money bet on poly market, where that was where the FUD began. Then they fucked up with Hyperliquid. They lost their partner. Then the all Hyperliquid maxis start flooding them again. So they have like poly markets, the Hyperliquid community. Then like came the space community, which is like the platform that is like they are like the same. It's like the same like space and Trove is like the same. So it's like air. So it's like they are rivals. So like they 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 also did a pre-sale. They raised like 20 million. So they take advantage of all the FUD going into Trove and just help them drag this down. So it's like I think like
Yeah,
they start doing a lot of
course you did.
mistakes, and then yeah,
I'm just sorry that
they
you're not going
fucked
to
up
use the
completely.
platform. Like losing a little money sucks, but I'm just actually brokenhearted that you're not going to be able to use it because I think that was what you were looking forward to. Mikey, have you missed your chance to use perpetual Pokemon futures through this platform now? Or are you not going to get in?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hold on to my Bulbasaurs, man. Cue that DJ Khaled, right? Another one and another one. Is anybody surprised at this point that this is happening still? It is crazy to see that people still put faith, and these are paid calls that just are. Hey, they are paid for a reason. They're freaking mercenaries. I feel bad for everybody that lost on this, but really, it's the reason that people are more interested in betting on will GTA 6 launch before Jesus comes back. That's why people are just doing that instead of putting money into projects. It's really disheartening, but that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, they've put more faith in the actual prediction markets because you don't have to deal with the janky stuff like this. And also, please don't touch your Bulbasaurs in public. We've talked about that in the past. Everybody follow everybody but Mikey because he's a offender. And I don't know if I can suggest that after what he just said, but make sure you check in with everybody that's up here in the spaces in case they disappear, Mikey. If you don't follow these people, they may disappear at some point. You will have lost that opportunity. We appreciate them coming up here, and make sure you leave your comments down below. If you have an opinion on this, but you're somewhere that you can't come up on the panel, that's why the comments are down there. And you have to tag whoever you're talking to, or we're going to miss it. And remember, if you guys raise your hand, it helps us go around the room. So please keep up with that. We appreciate you. I haven't heard from Asun yet. And Asun's one of the OGs. Asun, my guy, were you affected by this yourself, or what do you think? Are you surprised by anything here?
Oh, I wasn't affected, but I'm never surprised. You always got to keep your eyes open in this space. I would really recommend when you see something that sounds a little bit too good to be true, start stacking up documentation and put it in an LLM and see if AI can put the pieces together so you don't get scammed. Because I see a lot of people talking about all the KOLs, and the first thing that popped in my head, I was like, well, Satoshi Vision or whatever it wasn't that long ago, and it had the same type of setup. People just really have to be safe and look at real things to invest in. And if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. That's just usually what it is. They breed on that and prey on it. And you guys got to be careful. And I'm happy that most of my guys and people in my community stayed safe and stayed clear of it. But for the ones that are out there and affected, I hope you guys can do better and hopefully somehow maybe get some of your money back or something. But be safe. And this space is still good, and they have real things. Just look for them and read those documentation, and you'll find something that is going to change the world.
I just don't think of you as a KOL chaser, so I'm not shocked to hear you say everything you just said. But thank you for being here. DJ threw the hand up. CPA, what's good, man?
Yo, I was one of the influence or affiliates they brought on, so I figured I can come on and kind of tell you guys what happened. Uh, right around like the beginning of January, I got a message from one of those guys. I think it was Unwise, and it was the second message he sent me. I missed the first one, and I looked at it, and he was offering me $10,000 in their token to wear the badge for up until the ICO and do one post a week for them up until that and interact when I can when it seemed natural. And that's a lot of money for like a week and a half of work to do. And I started asking around to people. People were telling me not to take token deals, don't do it. But I got in contact with someone who knew the advisor for the account or knew the advisor for Trove. And that guy is like a legit person. He's going through all sorts of shit now. He got ripped off too. But I was talking to him. He was like, yeah, it's a legit project. You should hop on board and kind of go for it. And
I lost him again, Buzz.
Yeah.
Lost him.
Awesome soldier.
Fallen soldier. Fabix, I saw that you had your hand up too if we did lose him.
Yeah, it's all good. I was just like trying to answer Asim, because I was thinking that of course you can have like good projects. Of course you can have like good projects, good products as well. But you need to be careful in crypto, of course. But the thing is, they before the ICO, everything was super clear. So only after the ICO, they start like making like shady things and everything. So I think for the people that invest on this project, is of course you have a risk, but the product was good. Like, and we can say that the product was good. The team was super bad, but the product was good. So in my opinion, I personally invested like 20K. So yeah.
Well, I'm on stage. My attorney won't let me be with the people that says invest, buy, or sell. So can we just say swap or bet or trade?
Yeah, I feel I just make it for myself, but it was my own risk, so I'm not crying in the casino because everyone knows crypto. Of course, you are investing in IKO, you have some risks, and bro, no one know this team. Of course, they can say, we have a lot of projects before, but it's always a risk. It is what it is. And yeah, I'm not here crying. Like, it is what it is. I think this could go like way better, way better with a good team. But yeah, bro, it is what it is. It's crypto.
We got your back, DJ. I can see you trying to talk, but I can't hear you.
Yeah. Sorry, I was talking and I didn't realize until afterwards it cut out on me. You guys didn't hear anything at all I said the first time,
We
did
heard
you?
we heard like the intro enough to just be totally interested in the rest, and then it was like,
Okay. So like in like the beginning of January, I got a message from, I think it was Unwise, and he was like, "Hey, this is what Trove is. We're a collectible platform. Blah 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 blah. Do you want to come on board? And we'll give you." They offered me $10,000 in their token for what equated to like a week and a half of just kind of wearing the badge and doing like one or two posts and interacting with them when I can. And to me, like every once in a while, like stuff like that comes through, and like they ask me to do stuff, and I'm like, okay. Well, I didn't say okay at first. At first, I started asking around, and a lot of people told me not to do token deals. But I got in contact with one person that knew the advisor to Trove, and that guy who was the advisor is like a legit person. He's been around the space forever, and I talked to him for a little bit, and he's like, "Yeah, it's a good project. This is going to work." Blah blah blah. But the advisor got like really fucked there. They paid him all in like tokens. He did like months of work, and he just got absolutely like shit or shafted on that. So like they did that. They offered me the money, and really I didn't know much about it. I was just like, okay, pay me for like a week and a half. This sounds good. I'll take the money. Then all this shit kind of went down. I never got any money. I threw $2,000 of my own money into the ICO just for the hell of it, and that ended up being worth like $60 that I just sold to kind of begin with, or to like end it. And that's kind of it. It's like, oh fuck, this was a rug. They got me on this. I didn't know it was coming, and now I'm involved in like the shitty situation. And it's like, I'm really not like super into crypto Twitter either. I'm like kind of like on the border of like crypto Twitter and FinTwit. And when they offer me like 10 grand for like a week and a half of stuff and like a week and a half of work, I'm like, all right, sure, give me the money. Sounds good to me. But now here I am, kind of like involved in this against my will, I guess. But I don't know. It's just like, fuck, this sucks. And now I'm being tagged by like people like, oh, you betrayed a Hyperliquid community, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't even know what Hyperliquid is. It's like I don't know what I did. I was just after like they offered me money to do this, and it's like, okay, that was a decent payday for like 10 days of work, and that's kind of how I got involved in this.
Right, what if that was like a hit?
How much you got paid, bro?
Where you had to go to like South America and
Yeah.
and knock out a group of villagers that were blocking a UNESCO mine from being used for diamonds. What the fuck do you mean it was money for a thing I did and it wasn't my fault?
Dude, they offered me 10 grand. I don't know anything. It's like, go post for this.
Right.
I'm like, sure.
Right. What kind of thing can I apply that to that would give you any kind of moral code to say, hey, holy shit, that's not going to be a defense that works here?
Hey, I don't know. I do a lot of these deals and they're never scams. What do you want me to do?
Research. Maybe know
do-
the industry that you're
Yeah.
taking a deal in, or don't.
No.
Contact a lawyer. Read the fine print on the website that Buzz pointed
No
out.
one's
You
going to
want keep
fucking
going?
contact a lawyer, you dumb fuck. It's like, do you
I
want me
do.
to go contact a lawyer for this? It's like, okay, I
They're
do
all
deals like this
scams.
all the
Okay.
time.
Okay, well then get tagged and dragged. What the fuck are you whining about? No crying in the casino. Jesus Christ.
You came here to ask me my story. I'm giving my story. I didn't do
This is my
anything
show,
wrong.
fuckface. What are you talking about?
Guys, chill.
Yeah. All right. Go fuck yourself.
Bro, what? Don't get
Sounds
mad,
like
bro.
MySpace.
Come on. Of course you need. Bro,
Nah,
if you're an
guys, you need to
influencer,
gotta
you
get
need
chill.
to-
Like everyone has a point of view. I think everyone got screwed here and lost money. So like, he was like telling interesting stuff, and like I was wondering how much he got paid, how he got contact in the team. We cannot just insult him and accuse him. Like he's not his fault, you know. Like everyone would take like a 10K deal. Don't be like fucking dumbass. So it's like let the people speak, because like we need to know and understand what's actually going on. Like I have my opinion, you guys could have yours, but like we need to let people speak, you know. Pulse, yeah, bro.
What did he say that he got paid or
Yeah.
they didn't pay him? I
No,
didn't
he
hear that
got
Yeah,
part.
he
'cause
said he
No,
got
they-
paid like 10K. Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's
they
in
can
the
10K
token
for 10
deal,
days
though.
of work.
That's the
was
red
a token
flag.
deal, so he
All in
probably didn't get
tokens.
it.
I thought I heard that he in the end he wasn't actually paid. But I may
Well,
have
he
mis-
was,
misheard
but
that.
the price
Well,
of
I asked him how much
Zero.
you got paid, bro. He said 10K.
That was the offer, but it was in
Yo,
the
well,
token,
man, of
which
course you need to
tanked.
be careful, you know, because you don't. I'm the guy that really needs to defend the people that are KOLs, but can expose it. I got paid for this. I'm promoting a post like you have on Instagram, for example. When you post something that you get paid for, you just need to use the tag like pay for this, like, and it is what it is. Everyone will know. Everyone will take more care than usual. So I think this can be a great point. Of course, 10K can be 10K, bro, but like, come on, you need at least to make some research, you know?
But at the end of the day, you didn't rug it. It was the team that rugged it. So like sometimes they
Well,
have good intentions.
that's
The
fair.
next day they wake up with tons of money. They could at least put half in liquidity, launch, really just held
For real,
off
for real.
and took some of that money and got a good developer. Really to
I know.
Yeah,
But the
they
point
got
that Pulse
greedy.
was sulking,
They got greedy.
I know, I feel it. I know it's 100% right. But the point that Pulse was talking was like, as influencer or a KOL on the CT, you need to be careful because you can get paid to promote something, but you can hurt more people than you think you can.
And
You know?
Yeah, 100%. And always the
Yeah,
red
it's-
flags of all of this is if you get 100% in tokens, they're going to rug it. If they pay you in, a stable or even half and half, there's they back their product a little bit because they're not going to pay you in USDT or USDC if they really aren't going to rug it. So that's a red flag right there for KOLs out there. If you're getting paid 100% tokens, chances are you're going to do a lot of work and it's going to be at zero by the time you're ready to
Yeah, but like some KOLs didn't pay on tokens, bro. Like
They paid USDT, but you have, bro,
But
the lab situation.
Newsflash, guys.
was
I
not
mean,
so
if
long
you
ago.
get paid by a project to promote the project, you are tied to the project. So whatever happens with that project, you promoted it. You are part of the problem now. So he's saying, I'm
bro,
held
that's
captive.
true, but like
Nobody can help me and all that. Bro, you took money to promote this shit. It went sideways. You should be out there apologizing to people instead of being like, hey, oh, guys, I don't know what to do. People are coming after me. It's like, yeah, you promoted a project that fucking rugged. Like, come on, bro.
You're
Don't
100%
tell me
yeah,
that
bro.
bullshit.
100%, Mikey. But like if they message you and like like a month ago and say, okay, this is our project. I'm gonna pay like 10K to wear a badge and promote the project. I didn't get any deal from them. Who you didn't promote it? Like, what was wrong with the project? Like, they had a nice idea, a clean website, they had volume, like things work. What like
The
how?
greed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course. I mean,
You're
if
gonna love
someone's
it more.
offering you money and everything looks great, sure, you're gonna take the
and so
deal.
like
But when
the
it goes
project was
sideways,
great,
you
bro.
got to
Like
be
the
accountable. You got to
yeah,
be
yeah, I
accountable.
know.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I understand. It's like the project was great, bro. Like they fucked up.
Yeah, you are right as well, Shelf, because you have like everything happens after the IKO. So the people that joined before that, they don't even know because everything was so smooth before the IKO. So yeah, I feel you on that.
It's also just safer to take deals from projects that don't involve token speculation. Like, if you wanted to, like, partner I know Polymarket and Kalshi, like, could have a token, but they don't, it's like if you wanted to be a partner with them right now, you're kind of promoting, like, the platform itself, not as much like a token value tied to the platform. So, like, that's something to always take into account if you do take deals is, like, you're not really trying to call speculation over a token, especially an ICO.
I feel like the position that is probably the ethically right one is like if you did get paid by the project, like instead of saying, "Oh shit," like I don't know why people are coming after me, like no crying in the casino, like maybe make a post being like, "Hey, here's my side. I took this deal a month ago. Here's what they were building. Like I didn't realize that they were gonna fuck up this hard and take these actions. Like, hey, here's like what they told me that their plan was, and here's how they deviated from the plan." Like I just don't think that the proper stance is to say, "Ah, fuck it, I took 10K and like I didn't know what it was." Like I think
You,
that's
you're
definitely the issue
Yeah.
here.
you're right. Throw them
Did
under
you
the
saw the
bus.
post that Joji post? The Joji one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this post, for example, is a good post for a guy that generally don't know what has happened.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I know for a fact, like 100%, that like most of the advisors, like, and the KOLs, they don't know shit what's going on. Like, the first when they screw up with the ICO, a lot of KOLs were partner of them told me, "Hey, Shelf, do you see what they're doing? This might be bad for them." Yo, yeah, I know. Okay, I'm still bullish. Let's see. And like when they change to Solana, a lot of people like start like flooding them. They just deleted the group with like 40 people. It's like all the angel investors, all the advisors, all like some team members, they don't know shit what's going on. So it's like I know for a fact that they don't know what's happening. But like, yeah, like they have fault. Like if I promote something and that shit goes straight to zero and people lost money, yeah, it's my bad, guys. People believe me, it's my bad. Okay, I apologize. I explained, okay, I took this money, it was a deal, it's team's fault, but like I blame, it's my fault too, because like I promoted them and I tell people to invest. Yeah, okay, it's true, but like I think like for sure that like none of the KOLs knew what was going to happen. I'm 100% sure, because like I
I
know
disagree.
and like no, bro, trust me, like some money is like I know some people who took like 10K payment, 50K payment. That payment won't change that much their money, because like for example, like Joji made like millions off with. I personally know Joji. I know he has a lot of money. Like the deal that he had won't change his life. So he actually believe in Trove. Trust me. Like he told me like he sees a good project. Like I invested myself because like I talk with him. But like he didn't know what's going on. He also invested in it. He told me like he had seed investing
Zell, please
at
stop
like
saying
5
that
million.
word.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't care if you drop F
You
bombs,
can't
but the
be
word
saying that
invest.
word.
Yeah, come on, man.
You
What do you
traded
mean?
it. You traded it. You traded it. Like, are we really like rationalizing? Like, learn to trade. Like, I don't understand this KOL taking $10,000, but I don't know. I made it this long, guys. If you're getting wrecked, whatever else, like you got paid. Nobody cares about the pity party about how you guys were victimized if you took money to be a KOL and don't know how to trade. I don't understand. You have culpability then. I literally do not take money so that I don't have any accountability to any of y'all when I post something. That's on you. But I'm so tired of when shit like this happens, KOLs acting like you're the victims. Oh no, I got paid money and went wrong. And please don't yell at me or think about it or blah blah blah. Like, why does this consistently happen? Learn to trade.
Okay, okay, but like,
Take
I think the
badges
word
from people
Empress is
like
looking for.
protocols or whatever
okay,
else, and any money you take outside of that's
what,
on you.
Empress, what badge? Empress, what badge did you have
I
on
have a
X?
protocol badge for DeFi, so
Okay,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
pump
They
or
pay you.
dump
They
anything,
they
and
pay you to
and
wear
I
the
take
badge.
no payment on top of it, none.
Okay, but like, do you recommend people like? I think it's like there's some hyperliquid related stuff. So like, you talk about
Again,
hyperliquid.
I don't take payment. I don't
Yeah, I
even
don't know. I
take
don't care if you don't
allo.
take
I
pay.
don't
I
even
didn't
take
take payment
allo.
of
Why
Trove. The
take
thing
what
is like,
she said? Why take what she said and turn it around into an investigation about what she does?
But it's okay.
What about
Pulse. I
what about what
appreciate
she
you.
said requires you to do that in this situation? Instead of attacking her point, you clicked on her profile and badge. Try again.
Pulse, I appreciate you, but I'll answer it. I don't take allo. I don't take payment. I rock a badge for an actual protocol that is passive earning over on Hyperliquid, and I've never done that. No allo, no payment, nothing.
does someone offer you a payment anytime?
All the
Or,
time. Oh my God.
and you never
No,
took a
not
single
with
payment.
my account, not my stake figure. Nobody's ever offered me payment. Are you
I think
kidding?
the word that's missing here is Pollyanna.
That's
And
crazy. You know what's funny,
13
bro?
years
I had
ago,
a Toshi bet badge and I was in the chat where he paid Nobu and I absolutely declined payment on top of that.
Okay,
100%.
but that's on you. You know, like.
No. That right there. So anybody down there who heard that shit, that's who you're pitying when things get wrecked. That's on me. I decline it voluntarily. I don't understand what you don't get about that.
Okay, yeah, all good. Maybe you don't have motion to promote anything. It's okay.
Maybe you get fucked and your botted account, I actually go and look at because I, every 3 months, check my account on Circle Boom and clear out the bots. So why don't we go test yours? Should we do that?
Yeah, you can do it.
can I
I just
speak
don't
here?
care, bro.
There's a lot of self-righteous talk. 13 years ago when I got BTC, it was obvious the whole damn thing's a scam. We're trying to scam Wall Street. We're trying to scam, the fiat mentality. Everything in this entire industry is a scam. From a Ponzi and Bitcoin all the way, turtles all the way down to where we are. It's just one scam after another. And when you keep using the word invest, buy, and sell, you obviously have a fiat mindset. You're trying to put in $100 and get out 1,000 or whatever you're trying to do.
You're the number one meme coin rugger in the entire space. I don't even know why you're
Yeah,
up here.
I'm a scammer of scammers. I've done
Oh
1,500
my
of them.
God.
And I know
Is
the
this
dev
the
on this
Twilight
one.
Zone?
Can
Is this
someone
a
remove
simulation?
Empress from here? Like, no one knows
I like
shit about
Empress.
this girl,
What
bro.
are you talking
I
about?
like her. I know her.
She just came in and smacked everybody around. That was hilarious. Speculators, coin speculators, investment
come on.
ass. You
We are
guys are
here.
speculating on digital money, and you guys are using the investment word. Drew is actually trying to point.
It's not even on the internet.
No,
You're like on Salami. You're in totally in Rogers multi-sig. It's not even pretending to be decentralized. Like it is what it is, and just admit that you're part of a scam.
That shit's
Everybody,
crazy.
including Empress, is part of a scam. Even if you don't take money for being a KOL, you're part of a scam because you're telling other people that crypto is good. Crypto's a scam. Is the whole
it's not,
intention
bro.
of it?
Yeah, this is what
is
they're
to
trying to
scam
explain
Wall
Empress.
Street.
Like,
I
The
just
whole
roasted
intention is to
my
scam Wall
mouth a
Street.
little bit.
yeah, Drew. Like, I told Empress,
yeah,
like, she
yeah,
probably
Drew.
have talked
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
about
Drew.
hyperliquidity. If hyperliquidity works, it's his fault, right? So
You
yeah,
know what actual
Oh, man.
ecosystem is actually building out in actual compliance with regulation and already has things with banks? What one is actually the intersection of TradFi? What treasuries have come out?
Yeah,
that
Empress.
are
If I
literally
invested
vetted?
like,
let me ask a Trove related question to bring this back.
Yeah,
Empress, do you
perfect.
think it was appropriate for Wale to get slashed for his behavior?
Oh, come on. The biggest KOL. Yes. I think it's 100% appropriate. Everybody else gets slashed and eviscerated. Fuck ups happen.
Is Ethos a platform that is enough to protect people from this? Because the slash only happens after the fact, right?
All of these platforms. I mean, eventually, maybe, but it's all pretty timeline oriented. I mean, people are gonna fuck up. At the end of the day, respectfully, they are. But it's the lack of accountability and the pity party associated with it, and the definition of insanity when they do it again and again and again. It's absolutely crazy. Make a post, take accountability, apologize and don't keep jumping into projects because they have high price tags. Who was it that released? Was it Zach?
Yeah,
That
Impress.
entire list of people that were taking payment per tweet, like we saw that before.
Yeah,
Like,
okay, guys, can you say something like I was checking your X accounts. Yeah, true. Like you have like you promote like hyper liquidity and all that stuff. Like I invested in hype at the all time high. I'm probably down like 70% since like
what
the
did I
all time
say
high.
when I got up here? Learn to trade.
No, I don't want to turn. Shut the
You
fuck
talked
up.
last time.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Let
That's
me
not
talk.
you.
Zelf, where are you going with this though?
Nowhere like that.
Like it's not the shit on other people show. Like we want to talk about Trove, KOLs, and what's going on here. Like give you another opportunity to kind of get to your point here, but like I want to see a point.
Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, I was just saying, say like, okay, yeah, I'll not speak with for Empress right now. Yeah, okay, all good. Let's speak with Trove. Sorry, Buzz, Pulse, and Mario.
Thank you. If we got anything Trove, let's go there. But like it's a little bit of arguing's good, but arguing just back and forth and going at each other, it gets old soon. It's funny for a little bit, but it gets old relatively quickly. I want to hear about what's going on with Trove, what's next, how does this relate to different KOLs in the space. So I'm gonna cycle over to Chris here because Chris, you've had your hand up for a while.
Yeah, I don't know who it was earlier, but that guy that like said he got paid 10K. I do think it's important, and like, I don't know the answer. Maybe somebody on stage does. I heard that like he was supposed to get paid 10K in a token deal, but I guess like obviously being there's a token crash, he like never even got that, and he put 2K in on top of that. I'm not saying he's the victim. I'm not defending him. I'm just saying like in his highs, he's down 12K as like apparently a TradFi guy, not as much as like a crypto guy. But I guess my question, like in that, if anybody knows, is if like a lot of these KOLs did actually get paid up front, or if they were supposed to get paid X amounts, but because of everything that went down, they actually ended up not getting paid. I just want to know that for clarity, especially if we're like it's a big difference in my head if that guy claims he like again like if he claims he got paid 10K up front and now he has 10K and he only lost 2K versus he was supposed to get 10K invested 2K, like it's a different scenario. And I don't know if anybody actually has an objective answer to
I
that.
interpreted, and that's why I was
stablecoin.
asking. That's why I was asking after he spoke. But I interpreted it as they offered him 10K, never paid him 10K. He also invested 2K more. But I was not sure if I misheard him. But to the
Yeah, like I heard that too, but like in the end, like, I asked him how much you got paid, and he said 10K. So he's like, okay, yeah. So yeah, he got
I
paid
handled
something.
probably. So it's like $50 actually.
But Chris, to your point, like there are many tweets out there. I could try to dig up some like where people have found the actual transactions of these KOLs getting paid in stable coins. So like it's not as if every single KOL out there that is being shit on the timeline is in a position where they were promised payment and never got it. Like there are certainly many of them who got the payment and have moved on and are not taking accountability.
Good experience KOLs only take stablecoin.
Yeah, like TGR just ghosted, just delete the tweet and fuck it. It is what it is. Like I think for me, as a KOL or influencer, what I want to call him, it's a bad behavior,
I mean, people are going to forget about this next week. Like,
Yeah, tomorrow maybe, bro. Tomorrow, 100%. Like, yeah, no one
as much
cares.
as that sucks, like any of these KOLs that tweeted about that, by next week, people are going to be like, "Oh yeah, I don't remember this. Trove, what the hell was that?" That's just the way
let's
that
buy
this
this
industry
token.
works.
Yeah.
But I want to bring up one more point. This was all related. Like Will was a big one because, and I'm not like personally trying to throw people under. Like I think Will has a pretty good track record. But he was a big one because he does have a lot of trust, especially like with people on CT. And then like integrating the ethos argument into it, like how he got slashed after the fact. I do think that whole dynamic's interesting because like I mean, I'm pretty sure Will has done like co-host shows with Serpent, the CEO of Ethos, and is like plugged directly into the Ethos ecosystem. So there's like a ton of bias there. And I think like not just with Whale, but I think with like basically all the like cool kids on CT, like you can kind of develop bias with the platform, even though it's decentralized. And it definitely changes the dynamic of how these platforms work. I know on Ethos, I have all good reviews. I haven't requested any, except for they created an Ethos bot that like went rogue and gave slashes, and I got slashed by their ethos bot, and then they took it down. And that's my one. That's like that's the one thing that hurt my score on ethos. And I even messaged them, and they don't care. But yeah,
So
I
let
don't know.
me, Chris, let me ask you and other people here, how credible in general do you feel that people think ethos is? Like, do you think it's a platform that people
And
are
let's
actually
also
going
clarify,
to?
we're not talking about the Ethereum operating system by freedomfactory.io. This is a different thing.
Yeah, different thing. Basically, grades KOLs on their credibility. Does anyone feel as though ethos is the gold standard for figuring out if a KOL is credible?
Nah, bro. Nah. Trust me.
Ethos
that's
just
why
validates the problem that exists already, and that's the level of nepotism and relationships that exists, right? And then it compounds even further with those infofile like behaviors in which people are just positively reviewing one another in exchange for positive reviews. It's just an echo chamber, and it compounds this "I'm your buddy, you're my buddy, let's grow together" bullshit. Let's be honest.
I agree, and it's like to Pulse's previous question of like, oh, do we agree or not agree with the slashing of some of the KOLs that happened here? And like my response to that is like, I don't really care, because like I'm not going to ethos and being like, oh, I wonder if this KOL is reputable. Like, I'm not going there because I live on CT and I know who the fuck is reputable and who's not.
I think it's really an echo chamber. I mean, it may be good intent, but I just don't know anyone who's using it to vet that way.
Certainly not due diligence related. No. And you know what? For these KOLs, it's pretty straightforward. It's very simple. Just fucking excuse my language, disclose your advertisement, right? You're a billboard. You've got a ton of reach. You've got a ton of exposure. Someone's paying you money to utilize and leverage that reach and exposure. So just let everybody know, hey, I'm not bull posting this because I believe in it. I'm bull posting because I got paid. Make your own decision, not financial advice.
100%. It's easy. And then when they fuck up, you throw them under the bus. That's what I do. You have to.
Nobody wants that accountability, Zach. We're about 5 minutes from shutting this show down. This is your last opportunity to follow all the people that came up here to give their opinions in this space. It's because they're going to disperse after this, and you're going to miss their content if you don't do that. And final call for comments, because I was reading those while everybody else was talking. There's some good ones down there. Thank you guys for participating. If you like shows like this, we do this with the roundtable when anything breaks or there's anything good on the timeline. If you spot something good that you think would be worth a show, you can just DM the account for me, for Buzz, and say, hey, this is a news story that I'm tracking. Do you guys know about this? We would love it if you did stuff like that, and we would maybe do shows about it. But Buzz, what do you think before we get out of here? I'm not leaving here feeling like I need to go scoop up a pile of these and participate in their governance or anything.
I mean, this is it's exciting on the timeline, right? But it's something where I think next week we're going to be on to something else. The industry is going to be talking about something else. I think that it's very hard and I think actually inaccurate to use the term investor, because like when you actually go to this ICO page, everything that Trove did on the disclaimer, technically it says they could have done it, which is shitty. And I feel for every single person involved, but this is the casino, and I guess there's no crying in the casino. I feel for everyone involved, but hopefully these guys actually build a product that can be used by some of the folks that came up here and were actually excited about the product.
Can I clean up one of my comments real quick?
Sure.
Clean it up.
I just want to say that there's something so freeing about not taking payment and learning how to trade, and once a month putting a tweet out that says, I don't take payment, I'm not here for you, I have no accountability to you. So I mean, just consider that, but definitely at least put the disclosure, because I never see the disclosure, and as we move into regs, people are going to start getting into trouble. So I hope people pay attention to that.
Solid advice for anybody out there that's listening that aspires to be a KOL on the timeline, getting $10,000 to promote God knows who what without checking into it. At least put a disclosure on there so next time you don't get dragged in another roundtable space by some asshole like me. In the meantime, I'd be careful when you check your DMs out there and make sure you're not falling for some of this stuff, because I appreciate every one of you. People that came in like Chris that had these specific stories really help us out. You guys are like the reports from the trenches, and we rely on you guys to do that. So appreciate you taking the time to come in here and add everybody's perspective, and it's all in fun. I know I come across as rough up here, but it's an entertainment and education space, so don't be too scared to show up next time. It'll be me and Buzz when we do it, and I'll see you next time. Buzz, let's shut her down. What do you say?
Sounds good. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Good. Thank you, boys. Have a good day.